Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. It's 7 a.m. here on the East Coast. Prices of BTC around 11,845. If you guys got to read some of these reviews that I put up every morning before I start my videos, you'll see something which is fairly consistent, is that people are not only understanding how to take trades and make gains, but they're actually gaining good knowledge in our community. So even if in a month that you join our community and you make some gains, you can take that knowledge and apply it to different markets. Okay. Another important review that I wanted to point out for the ladies, the women who are watching this video, hopefully, is that we don't have a lot of women in crypto. Okay. The last survey that was conducted at the beginning of 2019 had about maybe 7% or 8% of women in crypto. That's a step up from, I think, the 2017 survey, but still very small. And we have at least 3 women I'm aware of in our community that have some experience in trading or really want to learn and understand crypto. So if you're watching this video and you think that this is just a male-dominated, game or market, you're wrong. I think you should come join our community and see and learn that there's a lot to understand about crypto, understand about blockchain. There's a lot to learn about technicals, and you could do so in a pretty comfortable, supportive environment like ours. All right, the Cryptosomniac community. So if you join Cryptosomniac, go here, cryptosomniac.com, hit the products page, and you can buy my technical analysis course, or you could buy the Advantage program, and then you'll get 1 free week. If you buy the technical analysis course, which is basically the Advantage program, and you can test out your skills that you learn in this course for 1 week in these locked channels where I propose all kinds of different trade setups, all kinds of different information. One thing that I want to show you guys is, here's something that I put up the other day, right? The free scalp that I mentioned. You could get into this free scalp around 11,400 and you can sell at 11,600, right? You can look at this chart and you can see we bounced off this nice trend line. So let me show you that trend line, exactly where it was and where it was bouncing off of, okay? So this was where we bounced off of, okay? We actually even dug deeper. So I loaded up around 11,200, and from here, and that was about a day and a half ago, right? So from here to here, you're already up about 5.5%. If you're margin trading, you're up significantly, right? But even if you were just buying spot, say with 1 BTC, you're up like $500, okay, or $600 technically. So the point is that understanding when to take proper technical setups, when to where to place your stop, where to take profit. These are all things that we teach in our community, and if you're not aware of how to do that and you keep consistently losing money, or you're just basically gambling and giving money to the market, come join our program. Right? Today's analysis is going to be a quick one. Like I said, starting next week, only Tuesdays and Thursdays will be public videos. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and probably Saturdays and Sundays are going to be for our Advantage members. That's basically the benefit that you'll get for being an Advantage member. I've been doing these free videos for about a year, I would say. Got a lot of members in, and people really like our analysis. We have loyal members who have been part of our community for about a good year, year and a half. We've been doing this since the bear market days. And the bull market days before that. So don't just think that we just started coming out of the woodwork just a couple of months ago when prices started stepping up. We've been buying assets from here, this capitulation, this movement breakout. So we've been in this market for a good amount of time. All right, so if you are looking for veterans in this market who understand exactly how to work the market, come join our community. All right. All right, enough talk. Let's get to the technicals. Okay, so on the 4-hour, what we're seeing right now is basically a symmetrical triangle, and in that, I'm seeing a bit of a, I don't know, I guess this could be a little pennant right here. But I would say in large structure, this is more of a symmetrical triangle, and given the fact that this entire movement has been up for the most part, leading into the symmetrical triangle, remember, these symmetrical triangles are continuation patterns for the most part. So if the prevailing trend has been from down to up, that means I expect the symmetrical triangle to break up. All right. The target of this symmetrical triangle will probably be the height of this. So if we just take this and we have a breakout, say in the next couple hours, that target should be around 13,000. Okay. Now, I personally think that there's a lot of resistance left between this gap and this area right here. So let me lay that out for you. And I think that comes up close to 13,000, but not yet. I think we're probably going to get stalled here in this region right here, which, let's see, comes out to about 12.8, I want to say, to about 12.6. Let me just mark it out for y'all. There it is, and there it is. Okay, so about 12.6 to 12.8, as you can see, right? I think we'll definitely struggle in that region right there. Maybe pull back towards maybe mid 12s. I don't know, maybe even 11,800 or 11,700, and then push off. Hopefully we don't come back to about 11.2 or anything. Obviously this area right here was a good amount of support, probably even this area right here, 11.4, 11.5. So like I said, at the deepest, if we hit this area, I don't expect deeper, pullback other than 11,500 or 600, and then push up. If we just rip past this and break past this resistance right here, then I would definitely expect 13,200 or 300 to come easy, and then probably 13.9 will come really easy too. Okay, but again, the likelihood of that happening where we just break through this and don't look back, I would say is very slim. What I could potentially see is something like this, where prices move up into this area. Let me see. Let me take a different drawing tool right here. Okay, so prices push off into this area, come back, push in here, pull back a little bit, and then come up here, break above, then consolidate a bit right here, and then break out, big time, like all the way up here, okay, to 13,900 or something. All right, so typically what you see is you see consolidation before resistance, or you want to see consolidation above previous resistance, right? So let me give you a perfect example where both of those are true. So if you see these arrows on this red box right here, okay, let me see if I can zoom into that a little bit. All right, so if you see red box right there, resistance, 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 and resistance, okay? Once we broke above this, actually first we consolidated right here, right? We consolidated, pulled down a little bit, and then pushed through. We then moved up, came back, tested this area of support, right? And again, on a 4-hour, this actually looks more of a consolidation right above that previous resistance. So basically we flipped it as support and then kept on moving up and moving up. And you can even see over here, we broke through this false breakout, came back down, tested this 11,500, 600 area of support, and then we're now trying to keep on moving up. This is really the structure and the movement, the style of movement that you want in an asset that gives you really good opportunities to buy based on resistance turned into support, and really good opportunities to sell resistance and again rebuy support. Okay, this tells me that the market is really dominated by at least professionals and maybe bots and algos, that it's not just being manipulated. Because I know there's been a lot of argument about, oh, the crypto market is so manipulated. It's really not. Okay, just because someone has more money to push the market around does not mean it's manipulated. It just means that the market is not in favor of doing what you want it to do. And just because things aren't doing what you want them to do doesn't mean that they are that the market is manipulated. All right. Going back on the daily time frame, we also had seen this consolidation again under resistance. And what happens when you consolidate, like these 3 daily candles, under this descending trend line, which is 1 touch, 2 touch right there, 3 touches right there. And typically it leads to a breakout, right? You don't just consolidate under resistance to only get, torpedoed down. I guess you could make the argument, when there's distribution happening, where there's a lot of selling happening, but the volume didn't actually match up on that. Typically what we've been seeing is sell side volume is dropping and buy side volume is picking up, as you can see, right? Overall, sell side volume is dropping and buy volume is picking up like this, okay? So this is indicative of a imminent breakout, in my opinion. And like I said, the targets of our breakout are stated around the 12.6 to 12.8 area for now, and if we break past that, 13,200 would be my target. I'm still fairly confident about this wave count right here. Okay, I think we're potentially in a fifth wave. I guess we could be in a third wave still, and we haven't even started the fourth wave, so you can make the argument that we're still in a third wave, and the third wave could take us to, I don't know, that 13,000 marker right there, and then the fourth wave will pull back, land on top of this descending trend line right here, as well as this mid 11,000 area, and then that fifth wave push takes us to, I don't know, 14,000, 15,000 or something. Could be very possible. It's really hard to do wave counts on this because, remember, right? Like Elliott wave counts, okay, patterns, all right? They're typically nice clean zigzags, right? You see them kind of like this. As you can see right there, they kind of look like that, right? See, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? That's not how markets work. Okay, markets are typically lots of zigzagging within zigzags, which you can do sub counts in the larger counts. But with this pattern right here, this is not clean at all. The wave one was right over here around 11.2, and the wave two dug in really deep, almost to like a 98% retracement, and then the wave three is a big push off. Typically, you get a 1.618 extension of wave 3 between wave 1 and 2. So if we do that, okay, let's see where that takes us to. Okay, 1.618 or 2.618. Either way, wave 3 should take us to about 12,400, which it basically already has, right? We missed it by maybe $100 or so, as you can see with these wicks. And then wave 5 is, again, maybe 1.236 or, I don't know, another extension of between wave 3 and 4. Now, because wave 3 hasn't potentially been finished, we can't really mark out wave 5 as the potential extension between wave 3 and 4 because it's hard to determine. I guess if you could say this is the top of wave 3, this is the bottom of wave 4, wave 5 should be 13,200, right? So like I said, at the very least, our target of this entire count right here could be about 13,200. I guess if it's the 2.618 extension, it could be about 14,300 or so, okay? But the point is that in large part, I'm still expecting moves up, okay? I don't know who's out there who's screaming, you need to short this because it would just be unwise. I'm all for shorting when it's the right opportunity, but it's really dumb to short in this market. I've been sort of scalping up this entire move because I was still suspect until we, successfully broke above this area right here. Then I became, much more confident in this area, right? You can't be confident over here or over here when you have resistance coming to meet you right here. It's just unwise, okay? But you can be confident when you've seen this rejection right here get torpedoed by this big candle, come back to test that support, and now try to keep on moving away. This is where you want to be confident and you want to double down. And in our community, again, I had given plenty of opportunities to our members to do so, okay? I stated that I'll be adding more to my long. I'll be taking some short-term positions right here. Okay, you can see BTC. I expect a BTC bounce at the white line, and that's exactly what it did, right? Like I showed you earlier on this chart right here. This was a perfect opportunity for anyone who wanted to pick up. Not only did you get one opportunity on this white line, you got another one right there. Okay, so 1 and 2 opportunities, right? Just maybe $100, $200 higher. So these are the kinds of technicals that we provide for our Advantage members, and you get into good positions. Again, it's not financial advice, but it's the best that we can do in terms of providing you as much information as possible with whatever we're doing as analysts, myself, we and Jordan, and we can let you know exactly what we're doing. If you want to follow us, you could follow us. All right, let's check out ETH real quick. ETH is, again, bouncing off that critical trend line support right here, which is this bottom touch, this touch. Hasn't come back here for many months. Don't quite like this asset sitting in this area for so long. There's sort of this tightening that's happening in price action. If you notice, something like this, I would say, is coming to meet it. I don't call this a rising wedge. Whoever is calling it that, don't listen. This is more so of a symmetrical triangle, I would say. I don't know. I would say ETH has a higher probability to break out to the upside than to the downside, especially because BTC is moving nicely now. ETH is not one of those assets that goes down when BTC goes up. Okay, it's one of the most highly correlated assets that is out there, okay, to BTC. I can show you right now. If you go to coinmetrics.io and you simply just select, that's the correlation between BTC and LTC, but here's Ethereum, all right? Here's ETH, okay? Remember that a positive correlated asset means that it basically moves toe-to-toe with the underlying asset, which means Ethereum is moving with Bitcoin. So that is between 0.8 and 1.0. So between 0.8 and 1.0 is a highly correlated asset. And you can see over the last few months, we've basically been very correlated with BTC. Recently, we've been coming down a little bit, but still very highly correlated, okay? Now, if you compare this to, say, the S&P 500, which is the US stock exchange, right? Sorry, let me go back. Let's see. Let's go over here. Look at the S&P 500, which is correlated with BTC. It's basically zero, okay? There's no correlation. All right, so whoever tells you about the S&P 500, and the U.S. equities markets, even gold or the dollar, none of these are correlated at all. All right, it's a complete lie, and I don't know why people keep bringing this up, but it's not correlated at all, as you can see. Okay, historically it hasn't been, and it definitely hasn't been over the last 5, 6, 7 months. All right. Okay, so going back to the analysis, we talked about volume, that buy side volume is picking up, sell side is ticking down. 4 hour hit the overbought on the RSI, but remember, look, it pulled back very nicely right here, and now it's looking to climb back up again. The daily even has a good amount of room to move. Even the daily looks like it's basically flagging on the RSI. I don't quite believe that you can create flags in RSI, but just a interesting look at it. The level to break out of on the RSI right now is probably going to be, let's see, this is about 65 points, okay? We have a long room of movement to go through for the RSI, as you can see. The high of the RSIs goes all the way to about 90 points or so, and we're only about 62 or 63. So we could keep on, moving this party up for the next several days or maybe even several, weeks, right? Anyway, folks, I just wanted to keep this analysis quick. Like I said, maybe lastly, we can look at this. which is the weekly chart on Bitstamp. Like I said, if you are truly looking for safe spots to get into this market, a weekly closing above 11,600 will be the safest spot. If you want to sort of maybe wait for the weekly closing, which is in about 3 days or so, you can do that. I personally think this is a really good spot for BTC. The fact that it's closing above this level brings its targets to, at the very least, 13,000, 13.2, 16.2 or so, and then 19. All right, those are really the next big targets that I'm looking at for BTC. All right, over the coming weeks. I think I've wrapped up everything that I want to talk about. I hope you guys enjoy this analysis. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoy my content. Share it, comment on it on Twitter or Facebook. And again, come join Cryptosomniac, folks. Join the technical analysis course, or join Advantage. Shoot me a message where you can get these gains right here. All right, whatever you're seeing from other members, you can be part of that too. Okay, so come join, come learn with us, and you can see exactly how our community operates with complete transparency, exactly what positions we're in, where we got in, where we're trying to get out. If you want that kind of information, come join our Cryptosomniac Advantage program. All right, take care, cheers, and I'll see y'all soon.